So we are so glad to have you join this program that's on eyes and ears. So hopefully you can see and hear us. And for those of you who were so inspired by last week's call from Dr. Gwen's grandmother, my mother,
Grandma.
you can use Skype to call in to us with the Skype ID markvaughan, M D. Wait, markvaughan, M period D period. It's in the description, so you can find it there.
All right.
Yeah.
I finally have this working.
Okay, so Bianca is out there. She's talking to us.
Some comments. I was a little behind the times here, but we're good. Okay. We're finally up in technology.
Yeah. We're mastering it. We are so
technologically savvy. Yeah. Almost as technologically savvy as our eyes and ears. You like that transition?
Eyes and ears. I wonder if no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying. So why are we talking about eyes and ears today?
Well, it's because it's the topic that everybody's talking about and sharing on Facebook,
social
and
media,
Twitter, and
everywhere. The social medias.
I haven't shared it yet. I'm sorry. I just realized.
The social medias.
Sorry. The social medias, all of them.
Is
social mediums.
Is that how we should refer to it?
On the interwebs, yes.
Yeah, I thought you'd go there.
You thought I'd go there. Because I am so dad joke and so behind to know that that's old.
Yeah.
Everybody's used that one over and over. It's overused. Did you know that I recorded a podcast with Christina in this very room this afternoon on chronic care management?
I didn't know that's what it was on, but I did hear that.
ccmpays.com.
I'm trying to bring this up. Hey,
it's for doctors only. So
comments that I
may not be that interesting.
I've been missing out on. Now it's finally updating. So Colleen E, hi, Jordan Jenkins, Bianca.
We're reading messages from viewers.
Just me.
Live viewers.
It's just me.
I know. I've seen just me.
When are we going to get some earwax? Everybody wants to know that.
Earwax. I think I may have
more earwax.
Did I put earwax on my story?
Oh, I had a good one today. I actually removed some earwax from somebody's ear.
Yeah, just pull out your phone. And
I should do it. Just video myself, selfie it. Wow. One hand grabbing it. How do I?
That's how we used to do it, man.
Selfie it while do it. Yeah.
Well, I have that adapter.
I do remember when you used to do that. That was impressive.
It's like Casey Neistat holding his control for his boosted board and his 35 millimeter camera in the same hand. Wow,
impressive.
Right in it between cars in New York.
Speaking of a boosted board.
Yes, when I ride my son's boosted board, I do not hold the camera in the same hand as the controller for the boosted board.
Which is good.
In fact, I didn't even ride it on Luther Road. I just walked with it, carrying it.
It's a busy road.
But I did ride it to his
big
house.
Hills.
So, yeah.
I did see it. My kids were really enthusiastic about that. They liked it.
They wanted to ride.
Yeah, they did.
Dad, let me get on that.
Yeah, right.
20 miles per hour with your little ones.
Yeah. They
with
do all right on their little scooters.
Was that pretty impressive when I went up the road?
That was.
Yeah. That was only on level 3 of 5.
There's 5 levels.
Yeah, those boosted boards, they move.
25 miles an hour? That's fast.
So those of you
who... It's just you and the cement.
Who have not met... Oh, man.
I'm just saying.
It's a very real possibility. Those of you who have not yet been enlightened, a boosted board is an electric longboard skateboard.
Yeah.
And they move fast.
Very fast.
Yeah.
But they have brakes. He was wearing a helmet.
And yes, I was. I was wearing a helmet.
He was being safe.
Yes.
Yeah, I suggested knee pads and elbow pads.
I need to look in the
wrist guards.
Garage in Ethan's room. I think we've got the wrist.
Maybe
wrist guards.
Football
from the snowboard days.
Anyways.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us. Eyes and ears.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about the eyes and ears?
You want me to look at that while you're talking about eyes and ears?
Sure.
I can do that.
Yeah, you can do that. So the eyes and ears. Okay. So. So this is part of my blog. If you haven't checked it out, please do. But I have this intermittent, kind of actually like a prayer book for scientists. So I have found through my career that there are so many things that we figured out through science that just amaze me, and that I attribute to pretty neat creation from a higher power. So I'm just doing a slow intermittent prayer book. I've had 5 entries. They're going in alphabetical order. And we're on E. So it was eyes and ears. that we did this time. And the eyes and the ears are just so amazing. I mean, it's something I could talk about for a while, probably. So the ears are amazing. They collect sound, but the way they collect sound and turn them into what we hear is just amazing. What are you...
Okay, I just read a message from somebody that live, just me, says, hello, Silver Fox, with a smiley face.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's why I was waving. That's what sparked that. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
So the ears collect sound.
As I will continue to do as I read the
foxes have ears. Yes. Let's bring this back.
Bring it back around. Foxes. Yeah, somebody's asking, when do you get
digress?
To ears and throats? No, it's not ears. Eyes and ears.
Eyes and ears. Yeah. And then ears collected through the ear, travels down the ear canal. Since we have 2 ears, it's pretty neat because we can localize, well, most of us, yes. We can localize things, 2 functional ears. We can localize things. So I can tell where that is. I could tell where that is even if my eyes were closed because of the time it takes for sound waves to get to each ear. So sometimes if you're, I don't know if you've ever noticed this before, but sometimes you don't know if something's in front of you or behind you because it's reaching your ears at the same time. So you have to turn your head to localize it to find out if it's coming from front or behind. It's pretty neat.
Comment here, psychoacoustics.
Psychoacoustics.
The study of this sort of thing. There are ways that you get a feel for whether it's in front of or behind you, but it's not super. You say we still turn our heads.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a little bit of difference that's played with surround sound mixing. And it's based on the shape of your ear is going to get things to it a little differently if it's coming from in front of you or behind you. And the way your ear is shaped, different frequencies bounce off differently from different shapes of the ear. And so they sound different depending on where they're coming. Not only is it localized by volume, from side to side, but also a little bit by those frequency differences because of the shape of the ear. A little more localization is possible through that. I don't know how much of it is actually real and our brains use, but there is talk that might be something that's going on. Somebody who knows psychoacoustics more than me would probably give you a more definite answer, but
I do not.
Since I dabble in that world a little bit.
That's right. Yeah. You're the sound guy. That's why you can hear us so well. All of the sound stuff. You can't see, but there's sound stuff all around us outside of the...
They should be able to hear us pretty well.
Hopefully. Yeah, we've got microphones and mixers and stuff all over here.
They should be able to hear us pretty well.
When we remember to turn it on.
With a single microphone, no less, they should be able to hear us pretty well.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of proud that I made that work.
Yeah. We have forgotten to turn it on.
Then
you guys always let us know.
Then I'm embarrassed when you have to tell us.
So once it is collected, it goes down the canal, hits the eardrum or tympanic membrane if you want to sound fancy to your friends, and that stimulates those 3 ear bones, the smallest bones in the body, the stapes, incus, and malleus, and that transmits a auditory signal, sound waves, into an actual mechanical signal that's moving. It's amazing. And then that is in the middle ear, and then that stimulates the cochlea. And the cochlea is this big collection of fluid. And then when the malleus is pushing on that, stapes, malleus, I always get them mixed up which order they're in.
Incus, stapes, malleus.
Malleus. It is pushing on that. It's creating vibrations within that fluid, this fluid within the cochlea. And then there's these little stimulatory hairs within the cochlea that collect these sounds depending on how far down this
different
cochlea
wavelengths
goes. Yeah, depending on the wavelengths. And then those little hairs send signals from the cells to your brain, essentially.
If you still have the little hairs.
Yeah. If you lose some of those as you get older, if you're listening to loud music and they don't work as well. It's amazing.
Yeah. Sadly, some people lose them not listening to music. They listen to other noisy things like heavy machinery without ear
construction
protection.
is a
Why
big
would
one.
you do that?
That's
not a concert.
Where is that something you're enjoying?
If you're gonna
lose your hearing, at least
wear hearing aids when you're old. Don't let it be because you're working with heavy equipment. Really.
Wear your earplugs. Yeah.
That's
the hearing. Also in the inner ear, it deals with position sense and vertigo, dizziness, that sort of thing. So when my eyes are closed, I can kind of tell where my head is, which way it's turning, because I have these semicircular canals and this saccule and utricle within the inner ear that kind of give me a position sense based on these 3 dimensions. It just amazes me how much thought went into it and how we evolved into that over years and years.
Okay,
that would be.
We really need to address the
Yeah.
discussion that's going on. You're doing a great job on the hearing function of ears.
Yeah.
But as you would guess, people who watch our channel, earwax or cerumen.
Earwax. Yeah, they definitely want to know about that within the ears.
Yeah, that's what they're
So
going
why
back and forth,
is there
explaining to
earwax?
each other what it is.
I'll give you the floor. Go ahead.
Oh.
Since you've been just reading stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, then you
and
have
you're
to
the
read.
earwax expert.
Then you have to. Okay, earwax. Yes, it actually is a substance the body creates. It has some oily, waxy component to it. It has dirt that it's filtering out that comes in through the air. Like we've had the smoke in the air, so you're going to have a little bit more dirt, darker color to it. It probably gets a little bit oxidized too, I would guess. It causes a little bit of darkening. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe it's just dirt from the environment. What's interesting, in keratin, which is what you get off of any skin coating, including the lining of the ear. So as the oily, waxy, liquidy part of it's not really a liquid, more like wax.
Yeah.
It's not truly wax, though.
No,
not
you
truly.
can't turn it into a candle.
It's not truly wax.
They tried that once on, what's it called, Mythbusters. Didn't work.
It's not truly wax, but it is waxy.
Yep.
And it does have oil in it. And it has a flow from inside to outside, even though it's very slow, very slow. You cannot observe the flow, but it does. It comes out. And what it's doing is kind of bringing along with it the sloughed off keratin, the cells from the lining of the ear canal that die, and dirt matter, and all mixes together, and it's making its way out, and it can get blocked by a number of things. Q-tips packing it in, that's a common thing that causes it to get blocked.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because apparently they're doing that to try to clean their
try
ears.
to get it out.
Don't understand
Your
that.
canal is not big enough to make that work.
It does not make sense to stick a Q-tip into your ear for the purpose of cleaning it. That may clean the sides of the very opening, but there's an eardrum in there, and it hurts to get close to it, and you're not going to go all the way to the eardrum and clean, which is what it would take to actually clean with a Q-tip.
Yeah.
So all you're doing is packing the wax in,
pretty much,
making it hard, like a snowball gets hard. Something's not going to get through that, and so you're going to block it. And that's what happens when people stick Q-tips in their ears. Yeah. As Dr. Applebaum used to say, the instrument of the devil. That's what she called Q-tips in her notes about patients. I used to love those notes.
That's awesome.
We miss you, Dr. Applebaum. Please. I should probably
Applebaum.
make sure that this is ready to take calls. So I'm going to make sure that you can call using Skype. If you have been trying, I apologize, I haven't had this on until just now. I wonder how many.
I'm sure we missed all of those calls.
I wonder how many,
Come on.
many calls we missed because of my failure to have the
Probably
Skype
all of them.
all hooked up.
Have they given up now?
They have. Wouldn't that be such a sadness? Okay, so
We ask always for
now
all these
Skype
calls.
is in place. Sorry about that. If you do need to clean your ears, we want you to be using some kind of liquid, maybe some hydrogen peroxide, half warm water. Of course, we don't want you doing it if you're not absolutely sure the eardrum's intact.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
If you have any question about that, get it examined by your doctor. That's my advice.
Yep.
You need to use over the counter.
Jordan Jenkins says Q-tips are the best. I would disagree. But Bianca Dye says, in my
They're the best
ears-
if you make money off of cleaning ears.
That's right. They are. They make us money.
That's right.
Bianca
Thank
Dye
you.
said, inside my ears, I have dry skin and they itch so bad. My doctor says they're too clean and not one speck of wax.
They're too
Is
clean.
that bad?
Sounds like she's got a problem with not producing enough wax.
Yeah. Wax is a good thing. It does have
I do
serve a
notice I get
purpose.
super itchy ears when I use earplugs. Like overnight. Yeah, it gets itchy. But I don't do anything other than just, well, I probably shouldn't admit what I do. I stick my
On the outside.
finger in and I go like that.
Somebody says they use it on the
that's what I do.
outside of their ear. Yes, that's what it's used for.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to stick anything in your ear that's larger or smaller than your elbow.
Yeah, try it. Try it if you. No, just kidding.
You can do this at home. Stick your elbow in your ear. There you go.
Let's talk about eyes.
Oh yeah.
Since we
Immigration.
not ice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Eyes. Eyeballs.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get controversial on you there.
Vision. Sight.
Yeah.
So the eyes.
The eyes
Should
have
we
it.
talk about eyes? The eyes have it. The eyes have it.
It's the eyes. That's who's
All in favor.
All right.
Bianca agrees. Nothing smaller than your elbow in your ears.
Okay, I'll take over this while you
The
talk
eyes.
about eyes, vision, sight.
Sight. Amazing. So the eyes are what is enabling you to see us
you're
on
an
your
enabler?
Yeah, I'm an enabler. On your cell phone or however you watch us is just this amazing creation. So your eyes are these two round balls that first are just able to work in tandem. So they are able to focus well. It doesn't always work well on everybody. That crazy uncle of yours, that's, no, just kidding. But for most people, they're able to
Publish
focus
pictures
really
from
well.
Saturday night.
No.
They still have the tattoo.
Oh, do you? It didn't come off?
Should I show it?
Maybe.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, shield your eyes. No, just kidding. So your eyes are able to work in tandem through all these muscles that move it all over. And so I can move my eyes and visualize all these things and focus really, really quickly to be able to take in a full image. It's just amazing. So you're right now able to take in this full image of all of us.
And see
in
colors
about
like yellow.
13 milliseconds. The whole thing you're able to take in within 13 milliseconds. So as things change, you're able to pick that up. Are you able to even pull that up for
Oh, I don't want to go the other direction. Can you see it yet?
There it is.
That's coming off now.
Yeah, it is kind of coming off.
Can they see it?
It's an emoji, apparently.
I have an emoji on my arm winking at
Wink.
dozens of people
Yeah.
live.
So once you're able to focus on, I'm sure we're gonna have to hear the story behind that once we're done here. But
We'll show them the picture sometime.
yeah. Ooh, there you go. That's how you do it. You give them like a teaser, so they have to come back.
You have to come back.
So as your eyes focus, you use this little lens within your eyes.
Who has the matching tattoo?
I am true. I know that, yeah. Anyways.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
yeah.
interrupted vision.
Vision. I'm trying to stay on task.
Nothing smaller than your elbow in your eye.
Don't do that either. Yeah, don't clean your eyes with your Q-tips. So the lens is this flexible, although firm, clear
I had a
lens.
patient complaining about. Never mind.
Yeah, flexible, not firm stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And those whose eyes work well, you're able to focus light really well, so you can see, things in focus. Sometimes you need glasses to help you out with that if your eyes are a little oblong or not perfectly symmetric around. But as it comes through, then it goes through this vitreous, which is this jelly clear fluid, and then those light signals hit the back of your eye, which is called the retina. And essentially what you're doing is producing an image on the back of your eye. You have these rods and cones back there. So the rods do black and white, low level light. The cones do color.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
There's no rods or cones in the back of your eye. It's cells we call rods and cones.
Yes.
And in fact,
actually, they do look like rods and cones. The little receptors.
They are on the very back. This is interesting. They're on the very back layer, and in front of them is the cell that they connect to.
Yeah. So you actually go through the cell
to take the nerve impulse to your brain to interpret the sight. It's on the back. The light has to go through the. It has to go through the conducting.
It's flipped upside down just due to lens dynamics. But you essentially have created this biology there. It's pretty neat the way we're able to do it on a camera.
Internet network via internet settings.
Did you lose us?
All right, so we need. Oh, gee, no, we can't go that low. We can go low, but we can't go that low. See if we're.
Is it gonna come up? Did they just
well,
miss everything?
I think you're picking this up on the same.
Oh,
there we go. So it's going again.
Okay.
I think it jumped ahead to where we are. We still have, lots of people watching. Nobody calling. Lots of people watching.
Come
Nobody
on.
calling.
We want to use our ears.
Yeah. Now, if my 83-year-old mother can call the show and be a guest without even trying, you can do it. That's it. Shame your audience into being fans.
What causes ear infections?
What causes ear infection? Well, you get some bacteria. Well, you have
First
bacteria
of
all
all,
over.
it takes what kind of ear infection, I guess, is the question.
Let's talk about an otitis media for first.
Media.
So that would be one on the middle ear. And in the middle ear, normally you don't have fluid. But if you do have fluid there, because there's a lot of production of it, like with a cold, or poor drainage, and then for some reason there's some bacteria, they're able to get back in the area that's normally sterile, probably through your nose, or if you have a hole in your ear.
Through the eustachian tube.
Through the eustachian tube, sits, between your ear and the back of your throat. If that's not working the way it's supposed to, then bacteria can get up in there and they can cause an infection, and that's what it is. So generally it clears itself just within a few days.
Yeah.
They actually don't recommend treating them with antibiotics, at least not on first evaluation. If there's no complications, if the person doesn't have diabetes and deathly ill from it, and then you just go ahead and follow it, make sure it goes away.
Right.
Oftentimes, well, I don't know, is the recommendation still to give a prescription for antibiotics? Usually children.
Yeah.
And then have them fill it in a couple days, or are they now getting even away from that and saying, don't even do that?
It depends what it looks like. Yeah, It depends on what you see and how severe it is.
Yeah. Used to be they said, write the prescription and tell them give it a day, but more recently they've been getting even less in favor of even writing the prescription at all, because it doesn't make anything better.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Eyes and
infection.
ears and questions. Boy,
Yeah.
we are covering everything.
The
Anything
video
else?
is either behind or in front of what you're saying. Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that happens when you get super low internet speeds.
Yeah.
Apparently we had a taxing event on our network. Sorry. We're just glad it works at all.
How can diabetes make you blind? Somebody wants to know about
Oh,
that.
yeah, somebody was asking about that. And the way it does is because there's poor circulation and a lot of sugar being deposited in the cells that are supposed to be doing a job, and those small blood vessels get injured, so you can't get good circulation. And the sugar actually makes molecules not work, because you have the sugar in all the time.
Yeah, too much, yeah.
So the molecules are supposed to be doing their job, making your eyes work.
Yep.
Everything's chemical.
Yeah. The smallest vessels are
The ones that
affected,
get
so
hit.
that's the eyes,
Kidneys,
kidneys,
heart, brain,
nerves.
nerves, like sensation, tall
Colini says, if I knew how to do Skype, I might call you. I'll figure it out next time. We
Okay.
would encourage you to do that.
Yeah, so I put that
Do it, Colleen. We got you.
in the description there. Might want to copy it out of the description there from today's video or previous video, just in case I ever forget to put it in the description in a future video. But I have this set up so that we can take calls like we did last week.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for watching. Gwen, did you want to thank anybody in particular?
Absolutely.
Making this
so we do have Patreons which help us out and make this possible. So I would like to thank BooBoo Kitty for supporting my blog. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, BooBoo, for all your support for so many activities that we do, video and podcasts and all that. And also thank you to Lindsay Vaughan, who is on the Dr. Vaughan Patreon. So thank you, Lindsay. And she watches it after the fact. She doesn't watch it live because
we appreciate
work. Yeah.
Work.
Lindsay, you'll have to tell us where you work. I think it's in a
Fortunately, I get to work
mortuary, but I don't remember for sure. Okay. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Until then, Dr. Mark Vaughan
and Dr. Gwen Vaughan
telling you to stay in good health. Stay out of trouble. Don't stick your elbow in your eye.
or Q-tips.
No Q-tips in your eyes or ears.
No.
Don't stick your elbow.